For the most part, you're looking for, like here for instance, is like you got a tree that's fallen in the water, and you got where all the water is like flowing under, and it's made kind of like a big pool or a big trough, and on the back half it's shallow and real weedy. So what these fish are doing is they're just sitting backed off in underneath the tree and waiting for anything to flow right down at them. So you're casting your bait or casting a night crawler or something, you're swinging it out and it's swinging underneath that log, and those fish are sitting out there coming out and hitting it. A lot of times most of the time they're there, but sometimes they're not. I mean, there's times where you can go all the way up down through here and they won't be by a tree, but they'll be in rather like the trough part where it's real deep, where the main flow of the creek is, and there'll be weeds on each side. You're casting upstream and you're bringing your bait down, they're sitting down here and it's coming right over the top of them and they smash it. Alright, here's typically what most trout guys are using down here at this time of year, just the Panther Martins or #1 the MEP spinners or the smaller golden rapalas. Seems like in the fall the rapalas work a lot better, like a bigger profile bait. These are kind of the 4 colors here, the rapalas I use. These Panther Martins here are pretty much the colors I use. Sometimes you got to use a bright bait, sometimes natural works. It all depends on color, and you know, a lot of times the water's real murky and stuff, or it's a lot of guys are in the ditch or it's muddy. You got to use kind of a brighter bait for them to see. Another good one, the Panther Martin with like a little hair in the back, cover up that hook, or like the MEP spinners with the white back and gold. Seems like gold or silver is real hot in the trout ditch here. It's a nice pretty fish, real fat, healthy. Nice 13, 14 incher.
Show what you're using right now.
All we're using is just a gold Panther Martin. I don't even know what size this one is, but just a real small one. All you do is you take a pair of pliers and just crimp down the barbs and then file the barbs off. So it's barbless, because it's pretty hard to find a barbless hook anymore. So you just file them barbs down the best you can, and you gotta keep your hooks real sharp. Keep a tight line when you get a fish on. Guys are just, there'll be a group of guys, 3 guys waiting and just waiting side by side, waiting upstream. That way, that if you're ever downstream, or if you're upstream waiting downstream, you kind of muddy up your spot. So what you want to do is you start below your hole and work your way up into the hole. That way everything is flowing past you and not flowing down into your hole. And you can work up into the hole, or if you got buddies behind you, you can jump in ahead of them and muddy up their hole so they won't catch no fish. But pinks and blues, and it's got a pink belly on it, where versus a brown trout or like a yellow or a gold belly. Rookies don't get as much or as bigger as what the brook or the brown trout do in here. Brown trout get huge in here, but it's a pretty decent sized brook. You'll catch them up to 14, 15 inches sometimes.